something for what it's worth. With you, heaven is a place on earth, and I will take you there. I'll take you.
Greetings, TAYliens, and welcome to Tarot with Tay. Welcome to the Tay gang. If you've never been here before, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell to be notified whenever I pull up with new content just like this. Okay, so I'm super excited to present today's pick a card reading, which is in collaboration with no other than Lexi, the motherfucking Leo. Okay, she is no stranger to this channel. Thank God for that. And today we are going to be talking about creativity, innovation, and what makes you a starter, okay? On my portion of this collab, we're going to be talking about what makes you a trailblazer, okay? So let me rewind a bit. You might be like, what does it mean to be a TAYlien? Being a TAYlien just means that you are already subscribed to this channel, which also means that you get a very extra special message at the very end of certain pick-a-card readings like today's. So if you are a TAYlien, meaning you are already subscribed to the channel, I will see you at the very end on top of whatever you already selected for your pick-a-card portion of this reading. So today we're going to be talking about your creative innovation and what makes you a trailblazer, meaning you don't care who's never done it before, you don't care at all. You just run down that path like a road runner, baby, and there is literally fire behind you. You go with so much passion. It's almost as if you just know that you're supposed to be doing it, even if it's never been done before, even if it's the craziest thing that's ever been done before. You do it anyway. So let's talk about it again. This is about your creative innovation and what makes you a trailblazer, love. Be sure to head on over to Lexi the Leo's channel to check out her portion of this collaboration. And for those of you that are interested, make sure that you check the description box down below so that you can join the Patreon gang for extra exclusive content, for behind the scenes footage, and just information that you'll never see on the main channel. All right, and if you are interested in booking a personal reading, that is linked in the description box down below as well, near the Patreon link. Okay. Let's get into our groups, babe. Here we have group number 1, represented by this card, Karma. Here we have group number 2, represented by this card, Damas. And here we have group number 3, represented by Kundalini. And yes, you did hear that correct. If you are already subscribed to the channel, TAYliens, there is an extra special message at the very end just for you. I will see you in your groups. Don't forget to head on over to Lexi the Leo's channel for her portion of this collab, and I'll see you when I see you. Group number 1 that resonates with this Karma card. Let's go ahead and get into it. What is it about your creative innovation that makes you a trailblazer? So just from the energies here represented by this card, there's this concept of repetition, hence the word karma. What goes around comes around, as they say. Although I feel as though karma is not exactly as we try to define it today. I feel it's been manipulated and misconstrued in a lot of ways and deemed negative in more ways than one. But what I see here about your creative innovation that makes you a trailblazer is that you recognize patterns. It doesn't matter if these patterns are deemed positive or negative. Either way, you recognize patterns. You may experience a lot of deja vu, or that feeling of I've been here before, or I've created this before, or I've bought this before. This also lets me know too that you are no stranger when it comes to timeline hopping, when it comes to quantum leaping, when it comes to prophetic dreams. And you may just have this feeling throughout life, but most specifically in certain aspects of life, that you've been here before. And that gives you an upper hand. That gives you the confidence that you need to blaze down that path that's never been done before. Whether it's popular or not, you have the confidence and the courage to pursue said path. We'll dive further into that card in a little while. But let's see, what makes my group number ones that resonate with the Karma card? What makes them creatively innovative as a trailblazer? You also not only recognize patterns in life, but you're very self-aware. When you recognize these patterns or you have these deja vu moments, the reason why it's a superpower for you in a sense is because you're not looking to blame anything outside of yourself, or you're not looking to anything outside of yourself to confirm. It's all about your self-awareness. Look at that. We have victim. As I was just talking about not blaming. Look at that. This card says prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. When you find yourself in certain predicaments or situations, again, you're not looking for someone to blame, or you're not even blaming yourself. You just state, this is where I am. So what will I do now? Where will I go from here? We have scribe at the bottom of the deck, preserving knowledge and information. Yes. You have the elephant animal spirit to you. This essence of you never forget. These things that you remember that you've clearly never actually experienced before in the present, in the flesh, are a part of your superpower. That concept keeps coming up, superpower. This is a gift that not many people have. To be in one existence, to be in one realm, and be completely and wholly present and aware and accountable, but also being aware of other spaces, of other places, and your accountability there. You may feel like you come across a lot of second chances in life, meaning you may have made a mistake, or you may have wished you had gone down a different path, or you may have wished you had done something different. You have a way of kind of manipulating time. Because again, you focus on what you can do in that moment in time and not seek to blame someone else. So your creative innovation that makes you a trailblazer is your refusal to blame anyone outside of yourself, your refusal to blame yourself, period. And your awareness, your accountability, and your self-actualization. Let's see if we can get an animal spirit out here for you. An animal spirit for my karma group, number one. Another thing is too, for the specific meaning of karma that we give it today, like, oh, what goes around comes around. You don't victimize yourself in that situation saying like, oh, I'm going through a bad spell right now because I called that one girl fat when I was 16, you know? You don't sit there and you don't try to make sense of what is going on. You simply exist in the current moment and say, this is where I am. What am I going to do now? I don't know. That was very specific for someone. Like, if you're blaming yourself for maybe being rude or like being a bully even when you were younger, the karma in itself is you keeping yourself hung up, you dwelling on that. That's the karma all in itself. The self-imprisonment within your mind is enough karma to teach you to move differently, to act differently, to speak differently in the future. Well, we got two cards. I'm not going to take them both, but we will interpret them. So we have Dragonfly Spirit, truth transcends illusion. This is referring to what I was just speaking about. The truth is, yes, maybe you did make a mistake. Maybe, yes, you did say something or do something that you probably wouldn't do today. But the truth is, you won't do it again. When the opportunity presents itself, you will not make the same mistake twice. This is a number 22, Master Builder number. It's not about the past. It's not about the bricks on level 6. It's about the bricks on the current level that you're at. There's no point in dwelling in the bottom layer unless you are just looking back to compare your current truth to the past truth. And then we have the number 37, Lion Spirit, be generous of spirit. 37, I'm being brought to breaking down to the number 10, to the number 1, the beginning and the end. You're able to tie everything together. You have a keen eye and a keen sense of knowing when two things that are completely unrelated actually do relate in your timeline to create that quantum leap. Bottom of the deck is Wolf Spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. Your creative innovation that makes you a trailblazer has everything to do with taking what you know, turning it into what you need to move forward. All right, let's get one Animal Spirit Oracle. Thank you. Bottom of the deck, we have Horse Spirit, freedom is yours. There we go, there we go. Another thing that makes you a trailblazer is, again, your ability to free yourself, to take accountability for what you may have done, but not blame yourself. Now, this doesn't mean that you just automatically let everything go. No. You may hang up yourself for a minute. You may sit with it for a while. But eventually, you know that the whole purpose in you hanging yourself up about it or dwelling on it is to eventually move on from it. Let's see what your card is. The number 10, I just talked about the beginning and the end. Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. This is why I say that we have to view God, the universe, and karma differently. Because if you don't, you're always going to fall victim to your past mistakes. And to me, I feel that defeats the entire purpose of existing. If you are just going to be a prisoner to your past mistakes, what's the point in living life? I'm a prisoner to my decisions. Ooh, ooh. That's Prisoner by The Weeknd, and is that Ed Sheeran? It's a shadowy song. But just with everything, where there is shadow, there is light, and where there is light, there is shadow. It's true. You are a prisoner to your decisions, but that means that you can make your prison as pretty or as bleak as you want it to be. And that is what makes you so creative, so innovative, and a trailblazer, because you recognize the double-sided energy to it. Yeah, it's a little itchy. Okay. Let's get into your tarot. This is giving me this concept of like posting bail. So you may have been feeling imprisoned at some point in your life, and you realize that the only way to escape that imprisonment was to blaze a trail for yourself. Because you could have sat in regret to be like, oh my gosh, I have to sit in this regret and create my own negative karma by not moving and remaining stagnant and just hanging myself up. You could have sat in that, but you decided to blaze a trail, blaze a path, and say, you know what? I'm not going to do that to myself. Your two tarot cards, we have the 8 of coins and the 3 of coins. And guess what the difference between that is? 5 coins. Your creative innovation that makes you a trailblazer is your ability to forgive yourself. Your ability to put in the work on yourself, in yourself, when you are in that hanged man state. I keep getting like the hanged man energy here. But you don't look at the hanged man energy as prison. You look at it as a cocoon to forgive and heal yourself before blazing a new path, before blazing a new trail. So your creative innovation that makes you a trailblazer, honestly, is your ability to call judgment on yourself and then change your actions moving forward, change your thoughts moving forward, change your words moving forward. Bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands. This imagery to me, number one, in all of these images, you are wearing white. Even in the victim card, she's wearing white. Whites and browns seem to be significant here. But that Seven of Wands imagery, oh, what's right behind it? The Empress is right behind the Seven of Wands. That's what I'm talking about. You have a great way of painting the canvas of your life for yourself and blocking out the external world. Because again, you could sit in that victim mentality and say, you know what, I made that bad choice a year ago, 6 months ago, 6 days ago, 16 years ago. I made that bad choice. And now I have to live with that. I have to sit with that. You could sit in that because that's what the world wants you to believe, is that you have to sit in your karma all the time. Or you could decide to prove to yourself, prove to the universe that you are no longer who you once were, so there's no point in living in old karma. What else can we add here? We have purse. Pay attention to your finances. Didn't I say something about posting bail? When you feel that you don't have enough, that Five of Coins energy, you know that you can make up for it. You create plans to get yourself out of certain states of lack. You work your way through step by step. And Sun, happiness and well-being. Your worthiness is not defined by your mistakes, and you know this. Grapes, time to go out and have fun. You post bail because you forgive yourself, the universe forgives you, and you make new choices. You've posted bail, baby. So this has been your reading. I'm going to go ahead and close this out by reading the Karma card, straight from the Yogic Path book. Such a beautiful deck. I only pull this out for special occasions, honestly. And what a more special occasion than collaborating with Lexi the Leo. Be sure, oh my god, I'm literally pulling out my accent. Be sure to head on over to Lexi the Leo's channel so that you can check out her portion of this collaboration. And let me know that you selected this group here. I want to see you drop a bull emoji in the comment section down below, like to represent like Tauran energy, okay? Yeah, you did have a lot of pentacles here. So yeah, look, give me Taurus vibes. Drop a little Taurus symbol down below or a bull emoji down below. All right. Now let's get into your Karma card. Look at that. I flipped right to the page before the Karma card. So there's also this essence here too of you recognizing when you're at a crossroads where you could step back into that previous karma, or you can make a new choice. You're good at recognizing that. All right, so this Karma card represents spirituality from this deck. This is what it looks like yet again. This highlights a lot of third eye energy for me as well. Again, being at that crossroads and kind of like seeing into the future to know, I've been here before. Do I want to make that same choice or not? Knowing that you are actually more in control of your karma than you know. All right, so karma, the sum of one's actions. Upright, this card represents positive karma. You have done a lot of good on this planet, and the universe is rewarding you in her favors. Life feels a little easier, a little more colorful, a little more beautiful. You are walking on the path toward your dharma, which creates the greatest karma one can experience. By saying yes to the purpose of your soul, you are saying yes to the greater power of the universe. Continue devoting your life to the service of spirit, and life will continue to unfold its wonders. Like I said, you've posted bail, and you didn't even have to come up with the funds on your own. You put in the work. And voila, you're in a whole new world. Quantum leapt, if you will. This is all that I have for my group number ones. I'm off to the next one. If you're a TAYlien, I will see you at the very end of this reading. Be sure to subscribe so that you can be a TAYlien and tune into those extra special messages in certain pick a card readings, okay? If you want to join the Patreon gang, or if you want to book a personal reading, that is linked in the description box down below. But I'm off. See you next time. Group number 3 that resonates with Damas. You most likely selected this card and resonate with this card because of the blue color, because of the tiger, because of the butterflies, and because of the barren tree. To me, this represents a season of hibernation. A season where your body needs rest, but your soul does the most evolving. So you, my friend, tap into creative innovation and become a trailblazer because you thrive in the winter. No matter what time of the year that you tend to be watching this, you thrive in the winter because your soul growth finds its way light years ahead of your physical being. Your soul growth gets you on this path to your higher self, but you remain here. You're still here, zenning yourself, getting in your zone, while your soul is out there learning, growing, evolving, expanding, so that once it's time for you to come out of hibernation, you're already enlightened to the next 7 weeks, 7 years, 7 steps, 777, something about sevens. Let's get into your reading. Something about the month of July. But that's what I'm getting here, though. It's like I think the first half of the year versus the second half of the year of your life looks very different based on your guidance that you receive in the winter months. Talk to me about my group number 2s. Damas. What makes them a trailblazer through creative innovation? We have the Queen archetype at the bottom of the deck. Radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. To me, this represents the butterflies here. You may not know it, but these butterflies are protecting this tiger as it hibernates, as it rests, as it seeks refuge. Spiritual protection can help you so much more than physical protection. And some people may be like, yeah, well, until I pull up on that ad. Yeah, okay, try to pull up. And guess what happens? Someone I don't want to get too graphic, but it's like, I'm going to be real with y'all. Like, think about those miraculous occurrences where someone may try to take someone else's life, but the gun jams, but the knife breaks. But insert some miraculous occurrence that prevents that weapon from prospering. You feel me? So the card that came out for you is Avenger. Desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. there's this superhero. It's interesting because I was talking about superpowers in group number 1. But there's this superhero essence that reverberates off of you, hence the Avenger energy that's coming off of this card. Your creative innovation that makes you a trailblazer. The energy is kind of similar to group number 1, but I know that you have a whole separate group for a reason, so it's going to be a bit different. For you, this is more so about taking an L and letting it make you better. So essentially, you don't actually take an L. What I mean by this is, like, maybe you feel as though the past year didn't go as you would have liked, as you hoped, as you planned. You let yourself sit and mourn in hibernation over whatever occurred. Your physical body is sitting in mourning, but your soul knows that that means that there is more information to be sought. There's this separation of church and state, if you will. Church being your soul, state being your physical. The scales. It takes two things to sit on a scale. Your creative innovation that makes you a trailblazer has everything to do with forgiving yourself by taking better actions. Group number 1 was more psychically based, if you will. You are more physically based when it comes to avenging life on your behalf. Group 1 would get more psychic visions, while you go based on a feeling. You have an intense gut feeling that grounds you. Let's continue to pull cards. Group number 1 was more psychically aware, while you are more physically aware. Skunk Spirit, know your worth, the number 54. And see, there's that physical protection even here. Now that physical protection is showing itself. You even have your own defense mechanism, as a skunk does. It has that stench to keep away predators. So, this reading is interesting. It's getting kind of deep. Okay, I'm going to try to keep up here. So, you may go through a chapter of your life and wonder why certain things were repelled. Why certain people didn't choose you, or why certain things didn't happen for you. It's your spiritual gift to release that stench that you are not even fully aware of, so that things that know that they should not be in your space, that know that they should not be in your realm, stay away. Bottom of the deck, let's get some new energy, because that's the same as group 1. New bottom of the deck energy. Brown Bear Spirit, take time out, the number 9. And 54 also breaks down to 9, and I was already thinking of 9s. So, your innovative creativity that helps you to blaze paths, blaze trails, is right before everything makes sense, right before the end, right before the completion. The number 9, right before 10, which then breaks down back to 1, taking it back to the start. Wintertime, right before the new season begins, right before spring brings everything back to life. Your creative innovation is in your reflection, in how you were protected, in how the things that you may have wanted were not on your level, and it's falling into the acceptance of this. And knowing that, above all, everything is working out in your favor, even though the things that you desired do not align with your truth. Okay, it's all coming together now. This is about spirit changing your heart. We talked about the soul butterflies. While your flesh is hibernating and mourning over what you didn't get, your soul is learning why that didn't happen. And while your soul is learning this, your self-worth is going up. You're realizing that that means that there's more. That means that there's better. That's where your creative innovation lies, in blazing these trails, is knowing that there must be better out there. If what I want didn't work out for me, that means that I need to change the desires of my heart, which is exactly what the Lord does for those that are loyal and true to the Lord. Right now, you're in a season where your flesh is mourning the things that it didn't receive because it wasn't good for your soul. So now that makes you want to stand up in the new season and say, well, then what the hell could be good for my soul? If it wasn't if what I wanted for my flesh was no good for my soul, but what's good for my soul is also going to nourish my flesh, I want to get there. And that's when you get up and you blaze that trail. Because you're like, if I couldn't get what I wanted, what I thought I wanted on a fleshly realm, then that means that what I need on a soul level must be out of this world. It's the motivation that comes from that gives you your creative innovation. My crown chakra is tingling. My legs are tingling. The 8 of Wands to the 2 of Cups. Yeah, it's like you get motivated by the promise of what is to come. Let's get 2 tarot cards, please. Like, universe, God, if you think that I'm worth more than what I wanted, and I thought that what I wanted was great for me, damn, I would love to know what you have in store for me. Look at that, the star. I would love to know what you think I need to heal me. I would love to know why you allowed me to suffer this greatly, because that means that you have a bigger and better gift on the other side of this. I'm hearing this, it's a TikTok sound. This ain't what you want. Like, spirit's like trying to teach your flesh, like, this is not what you want. We promise you there's something better out there. I think that we forget sometimes that our flesh has desires, but that doesn't mean that it's good for our soul, that it's good for us, period. If it's good for the flesh, that means that it's temporary joy. But soul desires live on forever. Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Swords is a bonus card. So all these aces, again, it's the thought, the imagination that spirit says that there's something better out there that gets you up, that gets you going, that gives you new energy, that gives you new life. And look at that tree. It's just beginning to sprout in the springtime. Beautiful, Beautiful, beautiful. And look at this. Bottom of the deck is the Son of Knives, also known as the Knight of Swords. What gives you that invigoration to go? Is that invigoration? Or it gives you that invigorating energy to go? It gives you ignition to go. All right, so I'm channeling a song that some people may feel is controversial, but hey, I'm channeling it because it's in my psyche and it's coming up right now. Good music is good music, no matter who the artist is and how flucked up in the head they may be. They still are creative, okay? I'm getting Remix to Ignition by R. Kelly. All right, we have Rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. And this is what your flesh is accepting, although it's in mourning. Because there is an ending. There is. So it's okay to mourn. It's okay to be sad. It's okay for your flesh to be like feeling down in the dumps. It's okay. It's normal. But, oh my gosh. What is that one Bible scripture that sorrow, blah, 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 but joy comes in the morning? Sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start this spring. What have we been talking about this whole time? This was a magical reading. This was a very magical reading. And you have the sun at the bottom of the deck. Happiness and well-being. Let's get new bottom of the deck energy though, because that card showed up in group number 1. Wow. Broken bridge. Unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Why was it unsuccessful? Because that would be a temporary joy that would not be worth your soul's destruction. That would be a temporary fleshly win that is not worth your soul's destruction. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this reading by reading the Tomas description. Okay. Be sure to head on over to Lexi the Leo's channel to check out her portion of this collab. And also, be sure that if you are a TAYlien, meaning you're already subscribed to the channel, to check out the message at the very end of this reading. So again, we're going to get into the description of your opening card. Let's read it. I keep hearing, this ain't what you want. Like, Spirit's really trying to show you, like, what you think that you want. You will laugh when you finally get to the destination, when you finally see. When you finally align with all that you are meant to be, you will be so grateful that it didn't go how your flesh wanted it to go. Let me find this page. Let's see. Page 41. Please and thank you. This is in the aspect of Ayurveda. I'm sure I butchered that word. I'm sure I did. That's okay. But Tamas represents density, dullness, and inertia. Oh my gosh. When I tell you, I don't know what these cards actually mean. I don't use the deck enough to know. Oh my God. When I tell you my intuition is literally God-given and filtered through the light of Christ consciousness to perfect it down to a T. Listen to this. Upright, this card represents you are in a period of hibernation, which is sometimes needed to blossom into a butterfly. Your body is between lines of a poem, notes of a song, steps of a dance. Use this time to fully rejuvenate your system, allowing proper rest and food. Know when it is time to emerge from your cocoon and show the world the gifts you have been cultivating. Stillness is only balanced when followed by action. And that, my friend, is your creative innovation that allows you to blaze trails. I'm sending you guys so much love, so much life, And until next time, take care, be well. See ya. Group number 3 that resonates with this Kundalini energy. I can tell you immediately that you are connected to Aquarius energy, which was actually the truest motivation to this collaboration between Lexi the Leo and I. We both share an Aquarius moon and a fire sun. She's a Leo sun, I'm an Aries sun, but we share the Aquarius moon. And Aquarius's statement is, I know. Your creative innovation that allows you to blaze trails is that you know why something is happening, whether it's a good occurrence or a negative occurrence. You know. It's your awareness that allows you to blaze the trails, to blaze the path. No matter if it's your darkest, grimmest, bleakest chapter, you know why it's occurring. Even if you don't know all the details, because I mean, at the end of the day, how do you really know? But Aquarius just knows. I just know that this is setting me up for something higher, for something better. This is teaching me. This is growing me. This is helping me. This is loving me, even if I feel like it's destroying me. The Kundalini energy highlights the chakras, which are all the colors of the rainbow, if you will. The presence of all colors is the color black. There's this essence of you being so colorful and so aware of all the light attributes that create color, because color cannot be created or seen without light. But it's that awareness of the white, the light, that awareness of all of the colors that make up these chakras, all the colors of the rainbows, that creates that exact opposite of the black, the existence of all these colors. You know that all of these colors have to exist to create a holistic version of you. All of these colors, meaning the really pretty ones and the ones that you don't favor that much. You know that they're all the colors of you. Let's get into it. Wow, you got the same exact card that group number 2 got. I'm not going to take that, obviously, because wow. But that is a sign if you felt guided to group number 2. Check it out. We have Rescuer as your archetype. Provide strength and support to others in crisis. Acts out of love with no expectation of reward. Bottom of the deck. Detective. Great powers of observation and intuition. Desire to seek out the truth. I know. This Rescuer card coming out with this concept of I know. Maybe you may find yourself giving energy to people that eventually show you that they may have not deserved it. But you don't expect rewards from them. You know that if you don't get your reward from them, you know that rewards come anyways. It's not always about I give here, so I get from here. Sometimes you give here and you give here and you give here and you give here, and you get absolutely nothing in return. But you know that means that you're going to receive here, receive here, receive here, receive here, maybe from a space that you don't even have to give to. Or you don't have to go out of your way to give. I kid you not, right now, the Kundalini card, there's some sunlight coming in, and it's directly split so that the left side is in the dark and the right side is in the sun. Magnifique. Magnifique. Someone could be French. Or someone's been watching Emily in Paris. Let's see. Let's get an animal spirit for my group number 3s. Stag spirit, take the lead. Leaders don't take the lead with expectation of being rewarded as a leader. Leaders take the lead because that's just what their spidey senses told them to do. They don't know what's going to come of it or if anything will come of it. Bottom of the deck was the horse spirit, but I'm going to shuffle it again because that showed up in group number 1. And I like to get all new, fresh energies, but I like to keep the messages in there so that those of you that felt guided to other groups get that confirmation that you already knew. So we have lizard spirit, dream the world into being. In order to dream the world into being, you have to use all colors of the rainbow. The colors that you love and the colors that you don't love so much. I want to take note of the number 38 and the number 58. The difference of that is 20. And for whatever reason, 20 is bringing me to this concept of 10 in the light, 10 in the dark. Equally yoked, half and half. The dark and the light makes up everything that we know. The good and the bad makes up everything that we know. Your reading is going to be a lot quicker than the others because you just know. 2 tarot cards for group number 3. What makes them creatively innovative? Trailblazers. Bottom of the deck is the 2 of Cups. Again, that balance. And look at them. They're literally wearing the complete opposite of each other's colors. The yin and the yang. But it makes up a whole. You have the 7 of Swords that comes out with the 3 of Wands. You know that sometimes you give more in certain situations because subconsciously you know that they needed that part of you more than you needed that part of you, or more than you needed anything from them. This is really just about a helping hand. What makes you creatively innovative as a trailblazer is your ability to give and give and give and give and give and give and give, despite not knowing where your next meal may come from. This is just you knowing that you will be blessed, that you will be rewarded, that you will be supported how you need to be blessed, loved, or supported just in the nick of time, like a miracle. So your creative innovation to blaze trails also has a lot to do with your belief in miracles, your belief that everything works out for its highest and greatest good no matter what is going on. Even if it doesn't make sense to me, I know that this is exactly where I'm meant to be. This is exactly how I'm meant to be feeling. Bell, announcement. That made me think of the song, what is it? For whom the bell tolls. What is it? Give me a second. It's a J. Cole song. For whom the bell tolls. You got to listen to that. For Whom the Bell Tolls by J. Cole. You just know that that's your call. You have 2 bonus cards. Funnel, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. That's it. You know that whatever you're going through is exactly where you're meant to be. Let's get 1. Thank you. Whale, great worry over nothing. You just know that you don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry. Look, chain of events that will affect your life. The colors of your life. It's really that simple. And it's the fact that you are able to make it that simple here, because you simply know, that allows you to be that innovative, creative trailblazer, because you just know. All right. Now I'm going to wrap up this reading by reading this Kundalini card description to you. And then I'm going to move on to the TAYliens message. So if you're subscribed to the channel, I will see you over there. If you're interested in joining Patreon, if you're interested in booking a personal reading, those links are in the description box down below. Be sure to head on over to Lexi the Leo's channel so that you can check out her portion of this collaboration. And if you selected this group, I want to see your bell emoji. I think there is a bell. Is there a bell? Or am I thinking of that horn? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. There is a bell, so I want to see your bell. You can ring my bell, ring my bell. You know? So, diving into the yogic path, let's read into the Kundalini portion. This is in the yoga section of this book. Kundalini, primordial cosmic energy, serpent power. Upright, this card represents Kundalini rising, the serpent-like energy that exists in the base of your spine. The Muladhara chakra has awoken. You may have noticed that you feel more spiritually aware than ever before. You are more sensitive to energies and quickly manifesting your thoughts. Your psychic abilities are rising and you feel the flow of energy that vibrates in every being. Your heart is full of a deep compassion and desire to serve others, and you have a keen awareness of your purpose. This is Kundalini rising. Stay grounded in this process. Connect to nature, exercise, journal, practice yoga. Through grounding, you'll be able to experience a beautiful and blissful Kundalini awakening that takes you exactly where you were meant to be. Because I know. And that is all that I have for you. I'm going to head on over to the TAYliens portion of this reading. Be sure to head on over to Lexi the Leo's channel for the other portion of this collaboration. And I will see you next time. TAYliens! Our card is represented by Manipura, which is the solar plexus chakra. Your source, your vitality, your life. Where you gain, where you receive, where you uplift, where you get strength. It's bringing me to the Sun card. It's bringing me to Leo energy. It's bringing me to big, yellow, gold, big. So this message is just a random message that's meant to come out here. It's not specifically about your, well, okay, Spirit's saying it is, but indirectly. It's indirectly about your creative innovation to being a trailblazer. Indirectly. We have Child Eternal. Come on, we got the yellow. We got the gold. We got the big. They're flying. They're literally flying. This says determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. We have Saboteur at the bottom of the deck. Highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. It's time to get big, TAYliens. This is making me think of Big Sean. They calling me big like it's really my name, is what he said in one of his songs. It's time to make yourself bigger. It's time to put yourself under a microscope. Make it bigger. Canary Spirit, sing your own song. Look at that. We got more yellow. We got more gold. Come on. The number 12 represents the Hanged Man. Wherever you're holding yourself back, it's time to... I'm seeing like it's time to get ready to rise like the lion. Get ready to stand up. Badger Spirit, be fearless and bold, the number 4. The number 4 represents the Emperor. I almost said the Hierophant. Okay, so this is talking about you knowing where to go, you knowing what steps to take, you knowing who to take with you, you knowing who to trust, you knowing that you have loaded in your hermit phase for long enough and now it's time to get ready to stand up. We have the Star. It's almost time to rise. So, TAYliens, Spirit wants you to know that it's almost time. It's almost our time to rise. Whatever you've been preparing in the winter months, Father of Coins, is now ready, ripe for the taking. Ace of Swords, you know that it's time to rise. And again, this is not like saying that you have to hurry up and like get up and run. No, this is knowing that it's okay. Like my legs I need to stretch my legs a little bit because I've been sitting down. I've been homing the years away. Now it's time to get up. We've got casket. Someone is going out of your life or the end of a situation. Point blank period. It's over. It's done with. That season of your life is over. Gavel. Involvement with the law. It's a part of it's spiritual law. There's a spiritual law here that's telling you it's your time to get up. Shield. You need to defend yourself. The only way to defend yourself is by getting up. You may be like, what do you mean I have to defend myself? We're in court. In the court of law, you have to defend yourself. Defend your rights. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Hey, get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Literally. It's that time. Listen to that song by Bob Marley. Get up. Stand up. Stand up for your motherfucking rights. I'm going to wrap up this reading. It's really quick, TAYliens, but this is just a confirmation that you needed to know. We're going to read about Manipura, solar plexus chakra. It's time for you to get up to manipulate the energies in your favor. You've sat down long enough and let karma or let whatever do what it do, whatever you want to refer to it as. If you maybe you picked number 1 and you felt like you were sitting in karma because of bad choices or things that you felt were bad. Well, now it's time to get up and fight back, bitch. There's this one line by Baby Tron on his latest project, the New Testament, Grim Reaper 3, New Testament. I don't remember what song it is, but he specifically said that he was like trying to run away from karma or something like that. You could sit there and let karma come and beat your ass. You could. Or you could get up and fight. All right, so upright, this card represents you have come to a place where you know exactly who you are. Gone are the days of confusion and blurred lines between your truth and the expectations of others. You have grounded into your essence and built the foundation of your empowered self. You have had to let go of many friendships and relationships that were no longer serving you to get to where you are, and it was all worth it. Now is your time to really go after what you want in life. What do you care about? What lights you up? How do you want to serve? Meditate on those questions and take action on what comes up. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your...